Hey guys, William Murphy here, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another video on the Ultima GTR. Now, I have discovered a fault which needs to be rectified sooner rather than later. Now, on these Ultimas they come with basically three parts. You've got the centre section, you've got the rear clam, and you've got the front clam. Now, inside the driver's area, well an armrest I guess, you've got on the back two pull cables. One for that latch, one for this latch, and on the front you've got the same again, which control two latches. In order to get the rear clam to fit securely, both latches have to be fully secure. Otherwise, what could and has happened previously is that the latch fails, air gets between the clam and the panel and lifts the rear clam off. So that's not ideal. We don't want that to happen. And one of the things I found is when I went to open up the bonnet, or open up the rear clam, engine cover if you will, when I pulled the lever, the passenger side moved nice and freely. The driver's side was stuck out, but solid, and I couldn't move it. So what I've done is just investigated quickly to see, so you can see obviously what's happening, is this is the cable in my fingers here that controls this latch. Now I've just disconnected it just to make sure that the latch is working correctly. So how it works is, let's take this little bar. As the clam is closed down, it applies pressure to this little lever. The lever locks over and locks that clam into place. Now when you want to release it, you pull the lever. This little lever here pulls and unlocks again. I'll show you closer so you can see. So you see this little flat section here. That is in the open position, so the lever has been pulled and the latch has been released. The clam can lift up, and then when it's finished, the clam can push down onto this flat section, and as it pushes down, this spring extends and this hook hooks over, clamping the push rod into place. Now obviously anything now when this is closed cannot go down, it'll hit onto there. And when you want to release it, you pull the lever inside the car, which then pulls this lever here, and it unlocks. Now what's happening is this cable here is so stiff and well, I guess seized that this unfortunately is left open, which means the rear clam is rattling around and it could lift out. This is the male end of the attachment, so this here will close down and that hook will hook over the top of this and that will not lift out unless obviously it's open and the bonnet can lift back up. Whilst it's quite awkward, you can see these are the two levers that release the rear clam, and with two fingers I can pull the lever out and it springs back into place. Now going over to the driver's side, that is absolutely solid. So something has gone terribly wrong with that pull cord, and we need to replace that as a matter of urgency. So on these Ultimas you have a cover on the driver's and passenger side. The passenger side pretty much storage. The driver's side's got a lot more components in, so you've got a fuse and relay box. You've got down the front, you've got the two levers for the front clam, and then down the back here, underneath you can see there's that red lever. That is the two levers that control the rear clam. Now whilst you can appreciate this is less than ideal, I'm also really pleased and extremely happy that I've spotted this now and not when this car is out on the open road or needing to get the rear clam up in a matter of urgency. There's so much heat that goes on inside this engine bay, the last thing you want to do is a small fire or anything like that, and you physically cannot get the stuff open because this is locked in place. Or the worst case scenario is that the latch is locked open, causing all of this rear clam here potentially to fly up with the wind. So then, how do we rectify it? Well, the simple answer is we get a new cable. The cables themselves aren't particularly expensive, but they are such a crucial part to this assembly. You can see obviously as I'm working this mechanism here, the mechanism is locking and unlocking as it should, which is brilliant, but the lead on the cable is completely just knackered. So I'm going to try and work out how to get my hand down this gap here to the back of where the cable mounts because it's got a locking nut on it. It may be a case that this heat shield needs to be removed, but at the moment the exhaust is still quite hot. Although it's quite a cold day today, and that is really quite pleasant. The exhaust has been ceramic coated, so I can rest my hands on the car, even though it has been running relatively recently. So that's the idea. I'm going to get a new cable ordered up. I do have as well a locking tab, so that locks that cable through the mechanism into place, and then as I pull, it pulls onto this I guess grub screw, and it pulls the whole housing forward without sort of slipping the cable. Not ideal, but it's one of them things, and I'm glad I've spotted it. So I'll wait now for the new part to arrive, and we'll get on to another job. Right, next on the jobs list for the car is to try and continue sorting this cable up. Now, I have got a new cable. There's a pull cable that goes down under here, and that helps to release this latch. Now, previously I disconnected it. I've managed to get my hand down, and the cable itself is just currently flopping around. Now, if I get the torch on the camera and show you down in this little hole and see how little access I have to try and get it sorted. Whilst I was waiting just before I sort this, I've just been tidying up this section of arms. So all the chassis has been cleaned up, the hub's all been cleaned up, everything's all looking quite nice, ready to be effectively put back together. So really happy about that. But let's show you down here. Right, okay, so access down here is pretty limited, but you can see this cable that's moving. If you follow it all the way down to the end, it's that nut right on the end, which is twisting. Now I've managed to do that by hand so far, by holding one end of it and just twisting it with my fingers and then gripping the other end by hand. I can't do this with obviously the camera being held like so, because it needs to have two hands. But what I can do is fit my hand all the way down, and the exhaust shield is super hot. It's not hot, it's really sharp, and I can just feed that nut with my fingers off, and if you look down here, you can see that's all coming off, so that will feed itself through. I'm just going to feed it. I'm going to just take my hands off a second. So you can see the cable's being fed through. It's being fed through my hand, like so. And in my hand down here, I've got the nut and the washer, because I don't want to lose that. I don't want them rattling around. So there they are. This will now pull through. So you can sort of see what's happened. The cable itself has been kinked in a couple of places. It's rubbed through here. It's trapped just a little bit further up, which means that cable is pretty difficult to pull back and forth. So the new one is a lot longer. So it doesn't matter that it's red because you won't see it, but I will need to chop that down to size. So I lay it right next to each other. I might give myself a little bit extra, because if that's been pinched for a reason because it's tight, I might give myself a bit of extra loop around here to go into here, through here, and give myself a bit of extra for that pull mechanism. It needs to be clear of the hose. I've got a rubber hose just here. That is your fuel line. Obviously I don't want it to rub against that, because if it rubs against that and it leaks, big problemo, considering the engine's just here and the exhaust. Yeah, that could be an accident waiting to happen. So it needs to come around here because of the bracket and because of the angle of the dangle. I would love to come straight through and up, but it won't work. So yeah, we'll route it, we'll chop it, we'll feed it, we'll route it, and hopefully we'll have that sorted in quick time. Let's open the pack up and see what's what. Now this here is a motorsport pull cord, effectively for a fire extinguisher. Obviously we're not going to be using a fire extinguisher on this occasion, but it will be a suitable installation for what we need. And if you're wondering what this is, to come to the channel very soon. So just had to open up that hole a little bit on the end, but now, there we go. So effectively the same process in reverse. I'm going to take this nut and the washer off. I'm going to feed it all through the hole, and then it will come out up over here. So other than the excessive length, this is now routed through, secured with the screw really. That needs to be tightened down a second. And I just need to try and work out a way of holding this. I'm thinking a cable tie around this canister and then holding that pretty much away so it doesn't rub on here. But that should be absolutely bob on. The heat shield shouldn't interfere with these ceramic coats. It shouldn't get too hot either. Potentially could go round here, but I think that's going to be perfect for what I need. So when I pull the cable, the mechanism operates. Perfect. So what I'll do is I'll just chop the cable down. I actually like to put a little bit of solder on the end of these as well so they don't fray. So I'll do that. I'll get the soldering iron out. I'll chop it. I'll solder it about here, say. And the joy with making it longer over here, if it does wear or stretch or whatever, I can always shorten this, shorten the shroud, and then pull it through. So it should be a nice, straightforward fix for the future as well. Future-proofing this, making it nice and easy to work with. So I'll put a cable tie around the hose, cut this, solder it, job done. I won't lie, cable is really quite hard to cut, so there we go. And you can see where I've cut it, it's already started to fray a little bit, just where they're so tightly wound, but a blob of solder and that will sort that out perfectly. Righto, so this is now tight, which is great. I've put a cable tie around the thing. One important thing I always like to do is flush cut everything. Like that. So then you're not going to cut yourself on sharp cable ties, which is perfect. So that's all now secure. That's all still working a treat. The cable itself is nice and tight. That job is sorted. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. It's a nice simple fix, and this one's going to be pretty much across the board, whether you've got an Ultima GTR or the RS model or the topless, I think it's called a Spider. So you're going to have these clips for the release of the front and the rear clam. The routing is a little bit difficult, accessibility is a little bit difficult, but overall it's a nice little thing to do, and once it's done it gives you that bit of a peace of mind and security that you're not going to have any issues. So if you have enjoyed this video, then why not give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you haven't done so already, please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. It really means a lot, and it means I can bring loads of content to you guys at home. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Take it easy.